Hello everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. We had a tutorial where we were blending our Posca pens to make rainbow rocks. So I just wanted to do a quick tutorial of something you could do with your rock once it's all finished. As you can see, I did here with my white base coated rock. I used white to pull some pretty mandala style designs onto my rock. I'm going to do the same thing with this one down here, except since we're on the plain rock, I'm going to use black. Also, I feel like that will help you guys see what I'm doing just a little bit better. The higher contrast on film might work a little better. So I've got some tips for creating designs like this for beginners. Obviously, the more you do, the better you're going to get at them. I like to do a mandala when I don't have to try to do a complete circle. Sometimes when you do a complete circle, it's really hard to keep the whole thing symmetrical. So I'm just gonna start one of them down here along the side, about a half circle shape off the edge of your rock. Now I'm using my 1M Posca here. Now we're just gonna build off that circle shape into our rainbow. So there's lots of different designs you can use, but I'm just going to show you some tips that you can use as you go along. Now to go like, I don't know if you can call it parallel since it's round, but evenly around can be tricky. But you can always thicken up your line. So I'm going to show you how I fix lots of my mistakes because I will make plenty while I'm doing this rock. So here's our first one. You hit a bump, something along those lines, and you got a thick spot. There we go, get in focus. If that happens, all you do is you make the entire line the thickness of your thick spot. Just like so. Make sure it's staying in focus. Here we go. Just like that, okay? Now you can do arches, you can do points, you can do lots of different things coming off of your circles. The biggest thing you want to do is make sure that you have good spacing. And a good way to do that is to plan your lines before you go crazy. Now you can also gauge your rock. Like, look, I've got this good indent here that I kind of want to make sure I avoid. So I think what I want to do is do some larger arches, and we can add some details inside of those. So I'm going to make myself a mark here, and I'm going to make myself a mark here because that will get me around that weird bump. Now I want to make sure that my distance is about the same to give myself a mark there, and the other ones will go off the rock. So I'm just going to come here, go up and around this lumpy spot on my stone, and then the next one's going to go off the rainbow. So I'm going to do the same thing here and have this one go up and off the rainbow like that. Now you can add designs inside of your lines, like we could do one longer one in the center and two shorter ones on the side. This one will actually end up looking a little bit like a flower. There we go. We can add some dots. So we could do a larger dot where it goes down. And then we can add smaller ones up and around. Like I said, there's really no rules. You can design these however you want. I just really like the contrast of the black or the white even on the rainbow. So I'm going to continue doing these styles of designs all over this rainbow. I usually like to cap each one with a round shape of some sort. Now, in order to get a round edge around this, I like to give myself places to aim. So you want the same distance from the top of the petals and where these dots are. So I'm going to give myself a little line here and gauge about how much that was. And then give myself a little line here. Okay. And then I'm going to give myself a little line here. And that way, as I create my arch, I've got little places to kind of stop and make sure that I'm going in the right direction as I'm arching around, instead of trying to complete the entire arch in one long stroke. So again, you can thicken up your lines if you feel like you need to make a little bit of adjustments. I tend to have to do this a lot myself. I think people with a lot of patience can do these without making mistakes, but that I do not necessarily have. So there we go. So that one I am done with. So I will come now to this area and do another one. Now I'll let you guys watch as I'm doing it and kind of show in between the steps, but I will speed up this part of the video. All right, we are putting on the last touch here on this guy, and I am going to call this one complete. Yeah, you can continue to go in here if you want to do even more shapes, but I like having a little bit of that space open. But there you go. As you can see, the design ideas are endless. You can really do anything you want with these rocks. But I just wanted to show off a couple ideas of what you could do if you did try out the blending with Posca rainbows tutorial that we have. I will make sure that I link to that below as well when this is all said and done. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, Rock Painting 101, and thumbs up the video if you liked it, share it wherever you want to, and we'll see you all soon with another tutorial. Bye-bye.